So here is the outgoing Chairman of One Haverhill, which is Cllr Anne Gower. So Anne, you've been Chairman for how long is it?
It's 2 years now.
2 years. What do you think you've achieved in that time?
Well, what I hope I've achieved is that the County Council, particularly, and the Borough Council have recognised the important place that One Haverhill has in the town. And I think they've recognised the way that we've all worked together and pulled together with all of the stakeholders to get where we are today. And I think the most important thing we've achieved is obviously down to the core group who have achieved the neighbourhood community budget status and a project that is, quite frankly, going great guns.
Do you think that One Haverhill now gives the town a better voice in regional and local government?
I think it does, and I think that's evidenced by the fact that particularly the County Council, who I was representing on the board, has taken the decision to put a cabinet member onto the board as one of the two representatives, and that's the cabinet member responsible for localities. So I think that shows, that they are really taking the One Haverhill board seriously. It was always my ambition that the One Haverhill board meetings were held in public, and that's something that I haven't been able to achieve, but that's now under the focus and direction of the new chair, Sarah, and it's entirely up to her how she takes that forward.
And what do you think is the toughest thing about being Chairman of One Haverhill? Have you got any advice for Sarah as to how to deal with that?
I don't think there's anything particularly tough about it. I think what you've got to do is you've got to know the strengths of the people around the table. And I think we're very lucky in the people we've got around the table. We've got a lot of expertise, we've got a lot of passion about the town, we've got a lot of knowledge about the town, and people around the table do invest their time, and they are very positive about working together, and they all want what's best for the town. And yes, there are obviously things where people don't agree, there are obviously different agendas, there is the political dimension, but the chair is there to serve the committee, and the chair is there to pull it together, and I think everybody's got a will for that to happen, so I don't actually see that it's something that Sarah's going to struggle with.
Great, thank you very much. Right, here's Sarah Howard, who's taking over as the new Chairman of One Haverhill. She's a Director of Suffolk Chamber of Commerce. Sarah, how long have you been involved with One Haverhill?
Since it began, so just over 2 years.
And you come from the business sector?
That's right.
And so do you have targets in mind as the new Chairman?
Well, we've been asked to look at part of the 2031 vision plan, which is about the town centre, and I'm going to put it to the rest of the board in September at my first meeting, but we do take a long and have a look at that.
Right. And it's very much an enabling role, being Chairman, and how do you think you're going to cope with bringing everybody around the table together?
Well, I think I know most of the people and a lot of the organisations very well, even though some new faces there. So I know what strengths they bring, and hopefully as chair I'll be able to identify and bring in the appropriate people on the right projects. We've done a lot of work on the core group so far, which has been very, very focused. And now that work's completed, the first phase is completed, we can then get hopefully a lot more of the members of the board involved actually getting the work done and disseminating it out and what's happening.
Some people have said that One Haverhill should not meet behind closed doors. What's your view about that?
My view is I think we need to revisit it. Anne tried her best to get it done in an open forum, which obviously from a political point of view she feels that is the right way for it to go, but we are a democracy and we all voted, or the majority voted, to keep it as a closed meeting. And it's not that it's secret, it's just that we're a meeting getting on doing things, but we will revisit that.
And how long do you envisage staying? Do you think 2 years like Anne, or is that?
No, what I'd like to be able to do is to do it for a year,
right,
and then pass it on to another person. I'd like to see the role. It was essential that we had Anne doing it for 2 years because the whole thing was failing. But now it's up and running, it's running very well. I would like to see the chairmanship change on an annual basis.
Okay, thank you very much.